Bradley Ann.
Hi, are you talking to me?
Yes. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
No, it's Brunhilde Ann. Brunhilde.
Oh, Brunhilde Ann.
Brunhilde Ann, yes.
Thank you very much to see you. We are from Northern Cape, ne?
Yes, I'm from Northern Cape.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for having you.
So must I take away my screen? Must I close screen again or not? Okay.
If you don't mind, we appreciate to see you.
I'm glad I can see you guys. It would not be a pleasure to talk in the air with people.
Yeah.
Are we sort of all live again already, or can I quickly make a call still?
Yeah, you can. We'll start at past, so you still have 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I can't complain.
Ah, man, I know you, eh?
From where?
Eh?
From where?
Ah, man, I know you from Ligas.
Hey, you can see. Hey, boo.
Hey, sakibela nawe ibhasi manje King mina ngihlala Ligas.
Nami guys a 5 ebuchar gamya.
Yeah, man, I know.
Nami ngiyasho ukuthi hayi man la.
No, it's good to see you, man. Good.
Yeah.
At some stage, you were discussing these things of a business now.
You
wanted to do something like
theme park.
Yeah, nale lapha elokhuzana nalento lapha
Yebo.
lento yokulokhuzana.
Yebo, ngimloyo.
Bakhumbula sekuxoxa bese Joburg. Oh no.
The theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man, for your development.
Hayi, thanks boo.
Sesibulawa iCovid ngoba ngabe sipho kahle, ngabe sithe.
Ngabhlungu njani?
Yeah.
But I will be fine.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's good to see you. So I would hope we'll have a good meeting.
Hey, I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hello, Miss Ludik.
King.
Hello, Chair.
Hello. Let's go quickly.
Are you?
Let's go quickly to the King. Let's go quickly to the agenda. You are saying that I must have the overview of the debt relief fund and visual oversight, but you gave me only 5 minutes. Do you think that I will be able to do that within that 5 minutes?
No, we're just directing the chair.
Okay, all right. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
I'll use my discretion.
Yeah.
But I won't take long because once I start doing that, will jeopardize the whole program.
Okay. Can you see the agenda?
Yes, I can see it. After all, I've done the print work. I miss staying in a location myself. Okay. I won't rely only on those gadgets because sometimes they will disappoint you. Etrai. Nyakele skero nyana mola sha.
Mute, Chair. King. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, King. I can hear you, but you look some different, man.
Maybe you must switch off the video.
Yeah, I was doing KTs when our visitors come, they must see somebody.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, morning.
Morning.
Kruger, how are you, Honorable Kruger?
I'm always great if I hear your voice. Why? You make my day.
No, I can see you are smiling.
Ek smile altyd, my ou maat. Ek is 'n smiler.
He's a Easter. He's a Easter.
Eyster.
Good morning, honorable members. I can hear you very well. I can also see that King's video looks a little bit funny this morning. How are you, King?
I'm fine, yourself?
You must mute the video.
Yeah, I was doing KTs so that we cannot invite people and then they just get into a platform and not see anybody.
Yeah.
I understood you.
Yeah, so otherwise it will improve the one.
Can you look
Okay.
like a Sangoma? I can see right through your face.
No, man, you should have just said I can see right through you. Leave the Sangoma part out because I'm a Sangoma myself.
Hey, but what are you doing to me, Honorable Kruger?
King, can I mute my video now?
Hmm?
I want to mute my video because I want to mute my mic. I can be heard most properly, né?
No, I can't see you. Where can you open your video?
I don't want to be like Brunhilde N. Brunhilde N. I can see that she's on the telephone there somewhere. I don't want people to see me.
She's there.
They said I have 5 minutes.
King
Yeah.
Honorable
And
April
I
is still in his pajamas. That's why I don't want to put on his video camera.
You really think so?
I
Greetings,
don't
honorable
think so.
members.
I know so.
Hi, Faiz. How are you? Welcome, Honorable Faiz.
All right, honorable members. Greetings, everybody. How are you guys?
We are fine.
good,
It's
good,
just
good.
Kruger is
I'm trying to
daring me
get this.
into my muscles.
I'm trying to get this portfolio committee like Mr. King, the background, because I want to change my background, but I don't think I'll get it right before. And also, Comrade Dumasani's got a nice background. I want that background of him. Morning, Comrade Dumasani.
Morning, comrade. How are you doing?
Good. Nice to see you, brother.
Yeah, nice to see you too, my brother. Nice to see you too. Morning, everybody. Morning, colleagues.
And it's nice to see everybody, South Africans on the platform today.
Yeah.
Honorable
morning.
Jacobs, it's very easy to put that background on your screen. You must just check where your start video button, right?
Yes.
You just open, there's a little arrow there. You just open that.
Okay. Honorable
And then you say
Honorable
choose.
Kruger, I'm going to phone you when we're not live because I don't want to be embarrassed by you doing me an induction while other people are seeing. So I'll phone you offline and then you can teach me how to get this nice background like Dumisani.
Exactly. You must be very careful for Kruger. He's going to make you put the DA picture behind you.
That's of course.
That will never happen. Never that will happen.
The form is filled in already. You must just sign it. That's it. It's ready for you on my desk.
Honorable Kruger, I already have your signed
I'll
one.
never leave my organization.
I already paid the 10 Rand over to the DA in any case, so you're ready to go.
No, My membership in the ANC signed up for at least 10 years, so I don't want to waste my money on the DA.
You know, they say in politics that one day is very long in politics and 100
That's
years is
true.
very short in politics. So be careful. Don't waste your money, eh? Just go year to year to year. You never know. Things change quickly in politics.
Sorry, my wife is. I have to
Yes.
go and take this shirt off because it's white and blue. Now Kruger will say something else. I'm coming back now.
Yeah, no, it's true. In a politician's life, a day is very short and a few years is in a lifetime. But for now, I'll stay with my organization. There's no other better place. Kruger?
I respect everybody's opinion.
I can get you recruited to our organization, to the ANC. So if you need to, we can send the team there up. Where are you in Mpumalanga? I'm sure that the chairperson won't oblige or will do me that favor to recruit you.
Kruger, just for control.
Hey, there, I ain't got the flag on his.
Even my blood is blue. How can you change my blood if it's blue? You can't change
Kruger,
it.
look there, just for control.
Yeah, you must take that background off.
Guys, can we get order before the chair comes? Hide, change your background before the chair comes. We have guests, guys. Let's be in order.
Is that okay?
Very much. I also want that one, but I'll get it to the next time. Chair, we are all just making jokes. Greetings, my chair.
Chairperson. Chairperson.
Yes, King. Yes, King. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's 9:30. It's 9:36, and we've got we do have a quorum. We've got Honorable Jacobs, Honorable April, Honorable Kruger, Honorable Kenjani, Honorable Matulelwa, Honorable Khanif, Honorable Dinkosul Tuli, Honorable John de Villiers. So, and Honorable Lubengo. So I think we can start, Chair.
What about our beneficiaries? Are they in?
Yes.
Are they all? They are.
The beneficiaries are in.
The most important ones.
Firstly, I see Miss Brunhilde N. from Northern Cape, Miss Ludik from Free State, Granny Mutsaung from Limpopo, we've got Snutantla Mtsweni from Mpumalanga, we've got Mr. Heath from KN, we've got Naim Libra from Western Cape. We've got Mr. Sibanyoni from Gauteng. We've got Betty from Mpumalanga. I don't know whether I'm missing somebody. You can assist me if there's an enterprise that I missed. Or we've got Mr. Kelly Pukile from
Northwest.
Yes. And then
Prof. Morelli from Mpumalanga.
Yes, the one for Kelly. Is the one for Kelly.
Yeah.
And then Okay, if I can just repeat, Chair, because I was not recording.
Yes, can
Hilda
you?
from Northwest. We've got Granny, Miss Granny from Limpopo. We've got Nontlantla. Can you show yourself, Nontlantla Mtsweni from Mpumalanga? We've got we've got Miss Ludik from.
Let me close my camera so that you can be able to see them.
No, I can see them.
All right.
Yes, we've got Naim Libra from Western Cape. We've got Mr. Heath from KZN. Yes, we've got Mr. Sibanyoni from Gauteng. Got the Enterprise Bedi, Prof from Mpumalanga.
Can we see Sibanyoni?
Mr. Sibanyoni, do you mind to switch on your video for a few minutes so that members can see you? Or let me say all the participants, can they switch on their videos as we are doing introductions? So there's Mr. Sibanyoni. And then we've got a Prof from Bedi Mpumalanga. And then we've got Kelly, Mr. Kelly from Northwest. Can you switch on your video?
Hello, everyone.
So these are the beneficiaries, Chairperson, from the COVID-19 Relief Fund. These are the invitees that we have made. We are only waiting for, we are waiting for Sally from KPL Casting. So I can hand it back to you, Chairperson.
Thank you, King. Thanks for the information up to so far. Greetings to everybody. I believe we all have got agenda before us. The first item on the agenda is opening, welcome, and purpose of the meeting by the chair. This is the Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development, taking place visually on a Zoom platform, virtual meeting, because of the current situation we find ourselves in. The one speaking is Honorable Violet Suwele, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. I'm joined by my colleagues who are also in this platform, Mr. Jacobs, Mr. Mieni, Ms. Klomelang, Mr. April, Ms. Libengo, Mr. De Villiers, Mr. Kruger, Ms. Matulelwa, and Mr. Dumisani, Honorable Inkosi Litule, Mr. Zungula, and Honorable Hendricks. These are the members of the Portfolio Committee. I'm officially opening this meeting and welcoming all participants, including my honorable members and my staff. Thanking you, beneficiaries who have managed to honor this invitation. In my opening remarks or in my purpose, I would like to do an overview of the Debt Relief Fund, which is taking place today, or on a Zoom platform as in the form of a virtual oversight. According to Section 55 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Parliament has the power to conduct oversight of all organs of state, including those at provincial and local government level. Oversight is a function granted by the Constitution to Parliament to monitor and oversee government actions. When exercising oversight, Parliament focuses on the following areas. Among others, is implementation of laws and policies, application of budgets, effective management of government departments. The vision of Parliament is to be an activist and responsive people's parliament that improves the quality of life of South Africans and ensures enduring equality in our society. By overseeing the actions of government, Parliament is able to ensure that departments and their entities are in fact responding to the needs of the people, and that service delivery takes place so that all citizens can live a better quality life. Parliamentary committees, such as the Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development, are the engine rooms of Parliament's oversight and legislative work established to facilitate oversight and monitor the government committee conduct. Oversight in various ways, including interaction with the public. That's what we are doing today. Therefore, through its visual oversight, the Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development is fulfilling its constitutional mandate. So it's not by mistake that we are here, our guest. We are fulfilling the mandate in terms of the Constitution. By engaging with the beneficiaries of the Debt Relief Fund, the fund was aimed at helping to caution small, medium, and micro enterprises, which is SMEs, against the impact of the countrywide lockdown. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development is conducting virtual oversight as a sign of the times propelled by the COVID-19 pandemic. Who were supposed to be there? Who were supposed to be visiting you? But unfortunately, for many small, medium, and micro enterprises, the lockdown due to COVID-19 meant that businesses will be left without an income, while other businesses will have cash flow challenges and will not be able to meet their contractual obligations. The lockdown did not bode well for government's efforts to reduce poverty and unemployment in the country. The Department of Small Business Development intervened, introducing the Debt Relief Fund facility in 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions were implemented. The aim was to provide financial support to, among others, help save SMEs from shutting down completely during the COVID-19 lockdown, support SMEs with working capital to ensure that jobs are retained in the economy. The department gave the Small Enterprise Development Agency, which is called SEFA, the mandate to administer the Debt Relief Fund as a direct lending facility. The department allocated 513 million for the Debt Relief Fund to assist eligible SMEs that have been affected by the outbreak of the coronavirus. The COVID-19 SME Debt Relief Fund facility attracted concessionary rates of price less 5%, while others fixed rates of 5%. According to the department, SEFA received plus minus 14,800 fully completed applications compared to 250 applications per annum via its direct lending facility. This shows high demand. Subsequently, only 1,497 SMEs applicants were approved. The department reports that the beneficiaries consisted of the following, among others, because that is important. The department was trying to comply in line with the Constitution. Youth, amounting to 20.8%, which is about 311 beneficiaries. Women, 32.8%, about 491 beneficiaries. And people with disabilities, amounting to 0.3%, which is amounting to 4 beneficiaries. The intention of the committee has been to invite beneficiaries from each province to share on the impact of the COVID-19 lockdown, including that of the help of the department to assist businesses. The department provided the Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development with a list of 1,497 beneficiaries. From the list, a few beneficiaries were selected randomly, which means you are lucky. This was a randomly sampling. So randomly sampling, you are picking, but we make sure that we touch geographically, and we also consider what I've just read with the issue of youth, women, people with disability, more special on the issue of gender. From all the 9 provinces of the country now, the beneficiary list is not exhaustive, but includes profiles in terms of race, gender, to ensure as much representation as possible. The list is lettered in Annexure A below, is for our information. So with these few remarks, the meeting is officially opened and you are warmly welcomed. In fact, we appreciate this is your home. The Portfolio Committee is your lawyers, is our role as public rep without any fear or favor and without any affiliate. We are working as a Portfolio Committee to make sure that there is compliance on the side of the department. However, we sympathize with our fellow citizens on the current situation which we're experiencing, which is very, very difficult. But thank you for honoring our invitation. We believe today you will be relieved after this meeting, because this is your home. We are your defenders in the society. We are the ones who must make sure that what the government is supposed to do to the society, it should be an issue of compliance, not issue of favor. So with these few words, you are warmly welcome. I will now zoom to the agenda. My next item, or our next item, is roll call and apologies. Braking, Wayos, can you render this item for us, please?
Thank you, Chairperson. As we have done it in the beginning, members are in. The only apology that we have received is an apology from Honorable Zungula, though we had also an apology from Honorable Khanif, but I saw that he has decided to come into the meeting. So those are the, and then we also received an apology from the Deputy Minister, as we have sent the documentation to the Office of the Minister that will be conducting this virtual oversight. So on the side of the enterprises, I can see that as we have been doing it, as we did at the beginning, all the invitees are in, and then we can proceed, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Apology noted. We'll now move to the next item, which is adoption of the agenda. Honorable members, I'm inviting any member or the mover of the adoption.
Chairperson.
Yes.
It's Honorable Hein April. I move for the adoption of the agenda.
Thank you. There is a mover, honorable members, by Honorable April. Can I have a seconder? Honorable members, can you second the adoption of the agenda?
Granny Mazang, I'm seconding the adoption of the agenda.
The agenda has been duly adopted. I will now invite.
Chair,
Yes.
let it be the members who second. But
it's not one of our members.
So I saw that
It's the participant.
Yeah.
Okay. Honorable Nkosili Thule, can you second?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everybody. Second.
Thank you. Before we proceed, can we observe the moment of silence on the loss of our Zulu monarchy? I forgot to do that. Sorry for that. It's so important that we all stand up and observe a moment of silence for a while. May his departed soul rest in peace. Amen. Thank you. Let's proceed with our agenda. We have got a list of beneficiaries before us, where we are going to listen to our participants here. Each one has been given 5 minutes. Each guest has been given 5 minutes. So I believe that we're not going to have more time to can listen to a lot of things, but our guest will be given an opportunity again after members' deliberations to can add whatever they want to add. But in the interest of time, because as parliamentarians we've got a lot of work, I would request that we stick to the 5 minutes given. But before us here, we've got a few guidelines or issues for consideration that we allow our guests to follow that sequence. Point number 1, which will be, what was the situation in your business before and after the country went into a hard lockdown? And I requested my officials to give my guests these questions so that when you come here, you stick to these points. But during deliberation, if ever there are any other issues which members would like to hear from you, we'll interact with you. Can we follow that sequence, starting by KPL decasting? I think this is the name of the enterprise, not the name of a person, but the person who's supposed to render this item on behalf of this company is known according to the list given. King, can you assist, because my list is haphazard? Who's the first presenter here?
Good morning, everybody.
I think it's
My name is Sally Moringo.
Oh, she's already on the podium. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Sally Moringo. I'm the owner of KPL Die Casting. We started 23 years ago. And I must say that it's been a very hard slog to get to where we are today. And it continues to be a hard slog. Before lockdown, we were surviving. We were breaking even and had about 80 workers. Fortunately, we haven't lost many workers due to the lockdown. But the first month of the lockdown, it was terrible. In actual fact, we just didn't know if we could last maybe 3 months. But the relief funding was a great help. And then we were very fortunate in that most of our company, the companies we service, they were part of essential business. So we were called back quite soon. But without of the relief funding, I don't think that we would have survived. That and the fact that our companies belong to essential service, mainly street lighting. So we're in the high pressure die casting aluminium and zinc, and we make all the housings for the street lights. But we've also recently managed to secure a contract with VW. So we're entering into the automotive business. It comes with its own new challenges, but I'm very happy to say that we've just signed a 5-year contract with a 15-year aftermarket contract for VW. We start our production in October of this year. Other than that, I must say that the relief funding was a help, and also the fact that we got this contract with VW, because VW's trust has made a lot of, has made money available to us so that we can comply to their requirements. So our business is going very smoothly, but we've got a very good communication with SEPA, and we are speaking with them, with our problems, and they are very, very supportive. So having said that, I'm very grateful for what the government is doing, and I'm grateful to know the house that I belong to, the home that I belong to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I believe members are clapping hands where they are. It's only that you are not visible, you can't see. But a round of applause, you stick to the time. And then we'll now invite the second enterprise, which is Lipalogo, BNB. Thank you so much, Didi.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Granny Matsau Mangena. I'm from Limpopo. I'm the founder of Lapologa Bed and Breakfast. Before COVID, we were doing very, 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 very well. But at the start of it, it was just a havoc for us. I didn't know what I will be doing with my employees. They will go home, they will not get anything. So that was a big stress for me. But through the relief funding, I think I must applaud you. If you were all around physically, I was going to hug all of you. Because you assisted.
Thank you so much.
You assisted so much because I couldn't retrench anyone. All of them were sitting here with me. And then I've got employees that are understandable. They said to me, we are not, I sat with them down. Then they said, we're not going to go home because the time when we come back, COVID finished, how will our place be? Remember, we are a 4-star graded bed and breakfast. And then the good thing is that the mission of me when I started this thing, this BNB, was to have Lapologa in every time, just to create employment for women and youth, So we're also having another branch in Palabora. It's called Lapologa Self-Catering. It's called Lapologa at Polokwane. So all these things, I've done all these things because of the relief funding, and compliance was my #1 priority, because I believe that even if COVID can go, guests will always want to sleep in a place where they are feeling safe. Thank you so much.
Wow, a hug. Thank you, Granny. Thank you so much. The next presenter is Whitehills Trading.
Okay, I'm ready. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nonhlan Tlamtsweni. Morning. My name is Nonhlan Tlamtsweni, owner of Whitehills Trading. I'm based in White River. Our business is more on hospitality, where we do baking, events management, catering, and so forth. Before COVID, I was operating from home. Then I've got a shop in White River. Just after signing the lease agreement, there comes the COVID, and already signed, and they need the deposit, they needed everything on my side, and also the renovation. I was already started with the renovation. And when I was operating from home, we were 3 of us. Then when we moved to the bigger space, so I employed 6 more. So now we are 9, and the expected salaries, the new place expected us to move in. Fortunately, when we received the funding, we managed to save the place. We managed to pay the employees, but we already started with our baking, because I think the COVID came after 3 months started in the new place. So trying to get new clients to know our place, trying to get more new business. Then there was a shutdown, 100% shutdown, but we managed to save the space. I managed to save the employees. They received their salaries, and also in terms of because we also bought a new baking equipment. So we also managed to settle those account for the equipment. Now the business is up and running. Unfortunately, during the COVID, we already got events that were planned. They canceled everything. We had to refund all the people that already paid their gates, that already booked their events. And also some of the things that we are using, we normally hire those things, then we have to cancel everything. So it was a stress for me, but with the relief fund, it really plays a lot to relieve my stress. So we managed to save everything. The shop is up and running. It's there because some of the shop next door, they closed down at all. The one that didn't maybe apply or don't know about the funding, but we survived. We are there, all the employees are there. We started again. We are trying to pick up. It's not easy. We're still trying our best because even now it's level 1, but some of people are still scared to. Even now we do visual, but most of the time we're doing catering for the meetings, for the events, but unfortunately it's shut down, but we are trying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nosasa. Siyabonga wakithi.
Like her.
That they are women, you are making us proud.
Thanks, ma'am.
Asimchayeleni izandla naye. Let's hear a round of applause. Thank you. The next presenter is Waterfront Guest House.
Good day. I don't know, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good day. I'm Brunilde Ann from Waterfront Guest House and Venue in Uppington. We're situated quite on a prime spot in Uppington with a stretch of 500, 400 meters river view, which is not fully developed yet. We started 14 years ago with actually a guest room in that we had at the house that we rented, and expanded over the 14 years so that we are where we are today. Unfortunately, being on a prime spot being on a riverbank and being on a prime spot, the property was quite expensive. So we are dealing with quite a liability monthly still, which was a big problem when the COVID hit us last year. We expanded from 1 guest room to a few guest rooms, but had to also start trading with your conferences and your functions and weddings and stuff to sort of make it worth, trying to also started with some negotiations to develop on the premises, which was now after when COVID hit, the first phase was done, and we had to then just let it hang in the air for now. So we have our permanent employees, and also due to having conferencing, catering, and other functions and weddings, we really employed quite on casual basis or temporary basis, quite a lot of people that gets work during the year, you know, because of hiring them in for that specific event. As you know, hospitality trade, I think we are the trade that was, or one of them that was hit very hard and of the hardest. So I'm also thankful for what CFA did. I'm glad that we could apply and be successful. Because of being compliant, we were able to be successful with our application. And I must say that, as the other attendees said, that was quite a big help. And we, you know, if you didn't have that for now, although it is a liability that was added onto your list, because you have to start with payments again. And I think the trade at this stage did not recover yet. I don't know of the others that's joining in from hospitality. We have our ups and our downs every now and then when there was a closing down or a more strict regulations. I think we were, you know, we felt it. So at this stage, we're thankful for what is going on, how it is at the moment, but we're not on full running and full capacity at the moment and occupancy like we would like to have. Thank you for CFA for what they did for us. That was definitely help, although we have to, I think, have a strict eye on our management, on finance for the road and the time ahead. Hope our trade would not be affected more negative, but more positively. And at the end of the day, it was worth dealing with you guys from CFA. Thank you.
Can we give her a round of applause? Thank you. These are lovely stories. The next presenter is Rigana Manufacturing, something like that.
Morning, everyone. Hope you can all hear me. My name is Heath Coleman from Rigana Manufacturing. I'm a sales and marketing director as well as a shareholder in the business. Our head office is based in Durban, and we also have a branch in Joburg. Prior to lockdown, things were looking pretty good for us. We'd set ourselves some really strong targets for the year, and then end of March, April came, and it was 100% lockdown for all of us, which was quite a scary thought. April itself was a fairly dismal month, to say the least, but you know, being suppliers of goods to the petroleum industry, and to other essential services providers, we you know, managed to pull through. We also procured the services of a business coach, which you know, helped us with our thinking and our strategies and so on. And at the end of our financial year, which was last month, we actually ended up having the best year in the history of our company. We actually exceeded our profit target. We never reviewed our targets down when COVID came, because we thought to ourselves, you know what, we've got those targets in place. Let's not, you know, lay down and you know, blame a bad year on situations that happened to us. So we really did put our heads together, put some strategies into place, and we managed to keep all of our staff. Everybody got paid right the way through lockdown, and we exceeded our profit targets by 45%. So ultimately, the year ended up being a really fantastic year for us. I think it was a case with us that, you know, when the times are tough is when you need to be at your best. And we really did, you know, put our heads together, put our hearts into it, and we, you know, really were able to pull through the other side with, you know, great success. Yeah, as I'm probably not the right person to be commenting in terms of, you know, any aid in that, because I'm not the CFO of the company, but I do understand we did received some aid from SAFT and from TERS, which most certainly did help in the beginning, because there was a lot of uncertainty around and about the way forward, especially in April. And that I would like to thank you all for. And yeah, for us, it ended up ultimately being a very successful year. And yeah, this year going forward, we've even increased our targets and yeah, plan on having even a better year this coming year. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you give him a round of applause? Thank you, Mr. Hay. And the next presenter is Bedi Media. Over to you. Next presenter, please.
Can you, okay, am I on now? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
I can see you. You are fresh and bright.
Hi, everybody. My name is Morella Mohlahlu, otherwise known as Prof. I'm the MD of Bedi Media. We are a events, marketing, and branding company. We all know as well, we hear for our industry, it's been very, very, very tough. We had to come up with some other ways to stay afloat, to change a bit, but we are almost getting there, but we're not out of the woods yet. But we managed to survive. Unfortunately, I had to let some of my staff go, which now I call on them on more of a contract basis. Even my offices, I had to leave my offices and convert my house into one office because purely I'm more of a consultant. Everything else that I do, as long as I've got data and cell phone and transport to move, I can connect all aspects of my business. So yeah, it has been tough, but I'm starting to see the light. And if it wasn't for funding received, I would definitely be, yeah, not having this conversation with you today. We are grateful, but the bottom line, I'm not out the woods yet. There's still a lot to be done, but there is hope. The markets have started to open up, especially since we've moved down to level 1. So there is a bit of movement from my business since then. Other than that, I'm grateful and yeah, hope to hear more stories of people that have been able to survive. And thank you so much for the funding received.
Thank you, Prof. Can you give him a round of applause? These are successful stories during this difficult time. I'm challenging all of you. We must go back to the basics. Let's go back to the Creator and humble ourselves before Him. All of us, regardless of color and gender. This has been a difficult road. It was not easy, but we really appreciate. The next presenter is Libra, Jonas, and Intention. Whether it's Jonas and Interiors, yeah, something like that.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, everybody. It's actually Libra Joiners and Interiors. It's a very specialized industry. And my name is Naeem Abrams. I'm the Chief Operations Officer, and our factory is located in Cape Town. Chairperson, I think the relief that came our way was extremely appreciative. And I think we share your sentiments on prayer during this time, because I think our prayers all across, from the business to our families, etc., was probably the one thing that really and truly brought us through this process. Just as the lockdown came in, our chief operations, at least our CEO, announced to our staff that his biggest concern was always going to be the families, because we were not sure how long the lockdown was going to last. Be that as it may, in our industry, which is very much associated to the building industry as a whole, and specifically the retail sector, we were hit quite hard. In terms of some of our contracts, it's subjected to what they call JBCC, whereby you've got to foot the bill for the first 90 days. And when COVID hit us at the time, and it did, we had suppliers to pay, we had staff to pay, contractors to pay, and we were in a very, very difficult situation as all work came to a closure. But I think with the help that came along, it most certainly helped our cash flow during the time. And I think we then started up in July again as the levels of restrictions were lifted. I think then things came to fruition again. And through the process, we started picking ourselves up again. However, at that time, the financial constraints of the business has been extremely tough. However, fortunately, I think due to smart savings and spending, we were not able to lay off any staff. Our biggest challenges relating to staff was more the fact that people were forced to take off, I think, because of isolation. Skilled people were lost because of isolation, etc. And there's nothing we could do about it. But you know, in the industry that we are, it's hard to explain to a contract, somebody that holds the main contract, that you're going to be late on a contract. At the end of the day, a project must be delivered. We've got now the 1st of April, the Sky Hotel opening in Cape Town. And through the COVID, even the lockdown levels, we were requested just to ensure that we complete our project on time. So going forward, I think it's fantastic that these platforms were created. We are appreciative thereof. We are appreciative that our government, along with CIFA and TERS, were in a position to assist most of us as businesses. And I think going forward, our challenges that we face is, of course, the repayments, you know, of something that was funded. And I think we would really appreciate if government could really look at the option of the repayment strategy, either, to put it bluntly, we would actually propose that government seriously look into the abolishment of any repayment from any of the people that benefited from this program, if you can legitimately prove that your expenses were very much in line with what was given. I think that will help in terms of the cash flow for the rest of the year. All in all, we just want to say again, thank you to government, and we trust going forward that with all our prayers that we will not have to endure a hard lockdown in the future. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much. You are evenly assisting us. I think these were some of the issues which honorable members would like to hear from you. You have done it already, suggesting on some strategies on how to pay back, because that's what honorable members are interested in. We don't want you to stay being small businesses. We want you to become commercial business, potential business globally, not even in South Africa. So that's the aim of this government and this portfolio committee. Thank you so much. The next presenter is Dirang Moho Business Enterprise. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. I hope, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone can hear and see me.
I see you. You are bright and beautiful.
All right. Thank you, everyone. My name is Kelly Pukwile. I'm from Dirang Moho Business Enterprise. I'm one of the owners. We are based here in Klerksdorp in the Northwest Province. Our major services, we are dealing with vegetation control, industrial vegetation control, and we are the largest producers of instant lawn, Kikuyu grass, around Klerksdorp. So before COVID, we had about 4950 permanent employees on our books. And then our sales turnovers before COVID was very good. And now we're hit with COVID there. And then no invoices were going out. So with the relief, it helped us because we also have our fixed overhead. We covered most of our expenses with the relief fund there. And now, at least now that the levels have gone down, we are at least now getting POs. We are going out again. So, but then it's not as much as before. So, but then what we are saying currently now is that, like the other speakers have said, we are hopeful at least now things are picking up, because from 49 employees, we're only left with 10. So with the little people that we are having, we are hopeful that we'll also raise our numbers again. And then we'll also like to say thank you for CIFA for the relief fund. And then also I would like to touch on what my previous speaker has said. We also noticed that we have started repaying that loan even last month. We started repaying that loan, and then our financial position, like I said, it hasn't yet improved. And then I would like to say the same thing as my previous speaker, that the FIFA must also look at the repayment strategy there. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give him a round of applause? The next presenter is Gap for Ventures Pty Ltd. Cap for Ventures Pty Ltd, please. Yes, Mr. Kelly, can you talk? Unmute your gadget.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
No, Chapez, the one that spoken. It seems as if Cabo is not joined. I've been trying to check.
He did not.
Yeah, it seems as if he has been kicked out by the system.
Okay.
You can maybe go to the next one while we are checking on him.
Yeah, try to check because we want to hear his story. VSM Construction, please, on the stage.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
I would like to take this opportunity in the morning as a director and owner of VSM Construction, a youth, obviously, to thank CIFA for the funding that they gave us, which helped us a lot in paying salaries for our staff, and to buy some more office equipment and whatsoever. And VSM specializes in construction services like building, renovating, manufacturing of steel gates and whatsoever. And one of our challenges that we are facing is that is to outsource logistics, such as trucks, when we have to supply building materials and many things. So our company has not yet been fully developed, and however, we have potential clients such as Brawl and Cedar, which are promising us. And again, I don't have much to say, as this is my first time speaking actually on Zoom. So I would like to thank a lot. I'd like to say thanks a lot to CIFA and the government as well. Thanks.
Thank you, young lion. Mshayeleni izandla uthi uyaqala ukukhuluma ku-Zoom. They started now.
And shy as well.
I can see, but uma ufuna imali kufanele kuphume konke lokho. Be strong. We appreciate, and it's encouraging to see young lions getting into the industry. So we're fighting for you, because nothing about you without you. To be able to employ young lions to create jobs, you need to do it. So I think you are one of the good exemplars. Thank you so much. The next presenter is Mvesande Trading, CC. Hailing from Eastern Cape. Over to you, Asanda Kebe. Miss Asanda. Yes. Nayaga. Yes.
No, it's yes. She has written there in the chat book, in the chat box there. She's indicating that she says, "Good morning. I'm from Vesande Trading CC SMME from Port St. John's or Tambo district in the Eastern Cape. Our business has 4 employees. Our duties are SMME consultant, small business administrators. Unfortunately, I can't hear what one is saying. We have network challenges as I can't connect with phone either. But I might thank for the opportunity, though we didn't receive the funds, as CIFA administrators told us that the management told them to cut out any payment that was in July 2020. So, Chairperson, it is in the chat book, you can read it there. So she says she has got the connection problems.
Thank you for the message. We'll interact with the message and we'll also communicate with her. We'll come up with some recommendations, because the aim of this session is to come up with some recommendations while doing our oversight on our department as well as our agencies. Thank you. Then the last one is Taito Republic from Free State.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay,
yeah, you're welcome, Jenny.
Thank you very much. We've got a tattoo parlor in Bloemfontein, and we had about 6 employees at the time of lockdown. And as you know, lockdown hit us really, really hard, because we could only open basically on level 3. So for 3 to 4 months, we were on lockdown, that we couldn't earn like 1 cent. And CFA really helped us a lot, because I could still pay the staff members a basic salary, although they lost their commissions, and we could also pay for our accounts that accumulated the month prior, so we could pay for that. So I'm really, really grateful to the government for helping us in that sense. It's been a bit a hard road of recovery for us, because with the strict protocols for the tattoo and beauty industry, we had to set up a complete new parlor that worked according to the protocols of the government. And we're also not allowed to just take walk-ins like in the past. So we're working strictly on appointment basis only. So we're still battling, we're struggling, because at this stage, we can only accommodate a certain amount of people a day. And some of our staff, unfortunately, we had to let go because of the protocols. There can basically only be 1 tattoo artist in the studio at a time and 1 client. And in between each client, the whole shop has got to be sanitized. And then another thing is, the payments have started coming through, but I noticed last month they took 3 months, they put a debit order through for 3 months payments. And that's really, really very hard on us because, as I say, we've lost tattoo artists due to the fact of the protocols. And so our turnover isn't as high as what it used to be. But without your help, which I'm very, very grateful for, we would not have survived the lockdown. Not at all. And thank you from the bottom of my heart and from my son, who is the owner of Tattoo Republic. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your help.
A round of applause. Thank you so much. I'm still repeating. The observation is that God is still with us. Must go back to the basics because we don't know where does this monster comes from. And the hit had affected many, many lives. As the portfolio committee, we are sympathizing with you. We are hard at work to can make sure that you survive. We don't want those small businesses to die because issues of job creation will be jeopardized. Now we'll go back to our agenda, which is deliberations, recommendation, and way forward. Honorable members, you are at liberty to can interact with the presentation. But the positive side, which as the chair, I'm happy, is the issue of assistance given to our beneficiaries. The challenge I'm having as the chairperson is the burden our beneficiaries are having on issues of repaying back the money, where the humble appeal is that let CIFA and the department looked at this matter because it was not on their own making to can come up with some strategies. I will be happy if among other recommendations, honorable members can come up with something, can recommend something which will help them moving forward. Since this was a debt relief fund, indeed it must relieve them. They must be liberated from this monster. It's us who can make it happen. Together we can build more. Thank you so much, all of you, our guests. You spoke so well, you were honest. Honorable members, over to you. King, you'll assist me because I'm not able to see hands. Listen to honorable members, as I've indicated that we are lawyers. Our role is to do oversight, to can make sure that what department has promised our society is exactly on top of it. King?
Yes, Chairperson, I'm still checking members who will want to interact.
Am I on the air?
Yes.
Okay. I would just like to add on to I think all the previous speakers. I had also been in contact with CIFA. As I mentioned, due to the hospitality trade, business picked up. And we are, as I said, we're thankful, business picked up. We had good occupancies during October, maybe, as from September, mostly October, November. Then we had in our area, we're not like a high season in December, January, but then the stricter regulations came in December, January, although people were still traveling. We actually go through for the Namibia, the Kalahari, the Ograbis, the West Coast. So in December, January, we not really we just stay over. So turnover was not normal although December and January is not normal, due to the stricter restrictions end of December into January, it also had quite an effect, especially on our events and any conferences and stuff, workshops that we would have hosted. So I've been in touch with CFA's office because my payments also started running from November. So November, December. So we were in contact, and I did a written application to them to say we would like to start doing our payments as soon as possible, and because you want to get rid of the liability again in your life. So, but it was very difficult. So I did made an application. That they're very helpful, I must be honest, but there is a bit of a lack in communication now. I didn't get any email back. I speak to one of the guys there at the offices. So I've asked just if they could have just sort of give us well, all my debit orders ran through till now, and I've been in contact mid-February again with them when the next one hit my bank account. So I did ask, and I've done some application in writing on email to ask if they would be assisting with just like a 3 month, I've actually applied for January, February, March, for instance, just to have a little bit of a payment holiday there so that we can just sort of pick up again. And now with the new level of 1, I'm sure business will be a bit better. But when the next mid-month hit, the debit order fell. So they say in telephonic discussions, yeah, the committee is busy, they're looking at it, but you don't. And then at some stage they even said, no, they won't submit my debit order, and then the next day the debit order went through. So I think there's a bit of a lack of the communication at the moment. There's a bit, although I will please see it as not a critic, because we are very thankful and for what they have done and helped us last year with. It's just that, and I also understand they can't forever wait for their money, but yeah, the circumstances as it is at the moment in our trade, it could have helped if they can just give us like a 3 month or a 4 month, just a holiday again, and start then be in touch with us and we be in touch with them, so that we can start giving them notifications, say, listen, business is running, I can start go ahead with my debit orders again. Thank you.
Thank you. These were additions. I'm now inviting honorable members, parliamentarians, to interact with all the presenters from our guest. King, identify hands for me, please.
Yes, Chairperson, I'm trying to check members. I haven't seen any hand. I saw Sibanyoni voice as if he wants to say something again.
Yes. Morning again.
Okay, Sibanyoni, you can speak.
Yes, ma'am. I was so scared earlier on. I would like to further add the challenges that you are facing as youth companies. We experience challenges when we have to go and look for clients and find that some construction sites are being influenced by politicians. I'm talking about our councillors. To find them that they're involved in government tenders, and they tell principal contractors to hire according to what? I don't know why, because when you register your company at CIPC, they don't ask you on which ward are you coming from. Some of them hire their friends because they want to benefit from them, and only to find out that they don't even comply with the Preferential Procurement Policy Act of South Africa. I thank you again.
Thank you. Voice noted.
There's a hand.
Yes, King.
There's a hand of, I should think, Chair, give them the second chance because the members are still thinking. So there's more of the guests, that is Miss Ludik, Mr. Libra, and Miss Granny.
Okay.
And
Miss
then
Ludik, Miss what? Miss who?
Miss Ludik, Miss Libra, Mr. Naim from Libra, and Miss Granny from Lapuluja. Then it will be the member that has raised the hand now. It's Honorable Jacobs.
Okay. I'm happy. Miss Ludik, can you speak?
Yes. All I want to ask is the same as what the other lady asked. If they can just give us like another 2 to 3 months banking holiday, because we're only just getting onto our feet now, and with lockdown, we had a lot of debt we had to catch up on. So we're starting slowly but surely recovering, but that amount that we must pay back a month is rather heavy. So if we can just get like a 3 months holiday.
Okay, thank you. You are assisting us. This is going to be part of our recommendations as honorable members. Thanks, Ms. Lodik. The next speaker is Mr. Naim.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think, Chairperson, in terms of the Disaster Act, as a business, we're trying to look at this very seriously, and we are very appreciative of the assistance, and we find ourselves in extremely challenging times. I mean, it is unprecedented times, and the assistance that came through, again, we are eternally grateful thereof. However, in terms of the Disaster Act, we would like government and CFA to look at, the assistance to business and actually regard it as a complete write-off. Like for the guy in the street that has been unemployed for a long time, the 350 Rand, he does not have to pay that back ever. So we as business very much fall in the same position. We are able to produce, but it is very, very challenging. So instead of going for 3-month payment holiday, we are actually asking the portfolio committee to review the 513 million Rand and actually consider a complete write-off to all the people to all the businesses that were funded. I think the criteria that you set to qualify for this program, I think that must have been extensive. You indicated in your opening remark that there was over 1,474 businesses that had applied. And I mean, at randomly you selected some business. So what we are asking, Chairperson, strongly consider with all the members present today, so no matter what your political affiliation and so forth, the man on the street at the moment, his care is food on the table at the end of the month. Now, as business, we have to put that food on the table. So we are requesting a complete write-off, not a month-to-month, not a payment holiday, but a complete write-off of any installment. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe my officials are capturing it. Honorable members, you are listening to it. I would like to hear your indulgence on this matter. And then Honorable Jacob, Miss Granny.
Thank you very much. Like I said in the beginning, that you have assisted us a lot, and then we're not taking chances on government fund. What we're asking is what other colleagues have done, especially us in the tourism industry. I think we're the most hit industry amongst all. So instead of them deducting the money, they can just give us at least 3 or 6 months so that we can get on our feet. But the monitoring us whether we are advertising and getting a business so that we can pay it back. Thank you.
Thank you, Granny. Honorable Jacobs, is he the only member amongst all those members?
Yes, so far, Chair, it's him.
Okay, Whip.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair, and greetings, Chair, and all the members, and also the honorable guest. It's indeed a great privilege to listen to South African stories. I think the one thing that was very common here was our resilience as a South African person. Whether you're in Uppington or in Tanin, we've been able to pull through. And I want to just first of all say congratulations to all of you. Give yourselves a great round of applause because, you know, you the entrepreneurs, give yourselves applause. You are the ones that go out there and make it happen. And I'm pleased that there's a success story. Now, you know, in South Africa, we only focus on the bad stuff. But today, I'm very proud to be a South African. And I'm glad that we got all of you from all the different provinces and from all different walks of life. And we just show how great the South African nation is if we can come together. And so I just want to applaud you. And also, I also want to say thank you to the president and the minister and the departments, because sometimes it's a thankless job. So yes, we didn't give everybody money. Yes, there's room for improvement. But I think at this moment, let's just be grateful. And that was the one thing that came out quite strong. All of you, you said you are grateful, you are appreciative, and you were grateful for the help. When we as a portfolio committee, now we also doing this work online for the last year already, and we haven't been coming together, but we always push our officials, we always check them and say, you've not done enough and you've not done, and today we want to thank them because here we have, you are 12 entrepreneurs out of 1,500 that was successful. So it's a very small population size. And I think it is a great honor for you to be part of that has been selected, for your stories to be told. And it is indeed great stories. I really want to come one day to your establishment, Granny, in Tanin, and to your place in Brunhilde in Uppington. And I also want to support you, Vusi and Prof, with your businesses, because local is lekker. And if we buy from each other, if we support from each other, that's how we grow the businesses. And so you've been given a lending hand from our government. But I think it's important that we also acknowledge that as South Africans, we must pay it forward. Just when I get, I must be able to help others. So like you have received a helping hand from government, you are helping working families put bread on their tables. You've been able, I saw the stats now, each one of you have been able to protect and save the jobs that you have under. And it's not only one person, it's actually a family. So you really help the government. And when our president says that we want to do a recovery and reconstruction economically, you are part of that journey. And so I think today I want to salute you, but I also hear the concerns that you have. I think the one hand, people are saying that lockdown level 1 only came now. So we're only starting to pick up. We're only starting to get our act together. We're only opening our guest house now. Sally, you only starting to get possible contracts. You have to set up. So I think what we're hearing, Chairperson, is also from all the beneficiaries, is that they want to have just that communications with the government to restructure, to look at extending it. So once we are profitable, once we are sustainable, we can move forward. Now, I'm not in the liberty to make decisions, but I also personally feel that we must pay it forward. When I get help from you, I need to help someone else. And when I'm in a position to help, I need to help. So that's what it means when we pay it forward. So some of you got relief fund and grants. Some of you got loans at very good rates. And I think it's difficult once a business starts up again to keep up with the repayment schedule. And I think there must be leeway to renegotiate that. But I think it's also important that next year, when there's another round of applications, that the department does have money to give a new round of entrepreneurs also the same opportunity that you got. And so therefore it's important that we pay our way. It's important that we do contribute, because that money is not going into someone else's pocket. That money is to recapitalize the agencies like CIFA and government. So I think we must all be, just like you are prudent with your money and your budget in your business, we also as government must be prudent and financial transparent with the money that we have. We must make the money stretch as far and as wide as possible. It must have a big developmental impact. So when Boosie tells us that there's some councillors there that want kickbacks and want to be corrupt, we must condemn that. We must condemn that, because corruption takes away our efficiency. It takes away money that was meant for the poor. And I think all of us collectively, we must condemn corruption, and we must expose it, and we must say that corruption doesn't pay in the long run, because it makes the cost of doing business very expensive, and it's ethically and morally not right. So I think, Chairperson, those are some of my initial thoughts. Again, well done to the members, well done to the teams. And Chair, one of my clear recommendations is that I'd like to have these good news stories told more frequently. We're so hard on ourselves. So Chair, maybe once a quarter, one day we can go out to those areas. But in the absence of not being able to go out to Uppington and Sandine and to Durban and wherever you might find yourself, in the absence of not being able to do that, we must have a regular touch base with people like that we have here. I want to salute all of you, South Africans. Keep up the good work. We are very proud of you as members of Parliament and as fellow South Africans. You make South Africa work. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Jacobs. Braking.
Chairperson,
Yes.
I've not noted the hand of Honorable Mtenjane.
Okay.
However, I got a note here that Mveli Tengile from Vesande managed to log in. So I would suggest maybe that we give her that opportunity, and then we continue with members.
From Cape Ventures.
No, from Vesande, the one that had written.
Oh,
the
Vesande Trading.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Can we allow her before Honorable Mtenjane?
Is it fine, Honorable Mtenjane?
Oh, yes, King, it's fine.
Okay.
Over to you, Vesande Trading CC. Asanda KB.
Good morning.
Morning. Yes, we can hear you. Can speak. You can speak, Vesande Trading. We are waiting for you. Tell us about your business and how the debt relief fund has assisted you from the department and CIFA, whether there have been successful stories or challenges, or whether those challenges are still there, or since we are now at level 1, there are any improvement, and what are your recommendations from us which you feel might assist the business moving forward? And what is the current status?
Sorry, Chair, it seems if we have lost her. We have lost him again.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell him to write down his message. Honorable Mtenjana on the stage, please.
Well, thank you very much once more, Chairperson, and to my fellow colleagues. Yeah, look, mine is not necessarily a big issue here. Just a little bit of clarity maybe here and there from our guests. Maybe to start with Granny, I just want to check with you, Granny, how many employees do you have, or how many guest houses do you have as well? Because it looks like we only noted the one in Tanin, but I heard as if you said you got another one in Palabura, if I heard correctly. Okay. So like how many employees do you have on that part? And then I come to Ms. Lowe. Look, I'll ask all the questions and then wait for the answers from all of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, to Ms. Lowe. Also, I want to check with Ms. Lowe, how many employees does she have? And also, it looks like she's saying that this business is a family-run business. So if she can clarify to us, what does she mean? Does she mean that she only hires family members, or she hires anyone, or something like that? Can she just clarify that on us so that we can understand exactly what does she mean when she say family-run business? And then there's this other issue, Chairperson, of Asanda. I see here we got the information and also the amount that I think she was given as a relief fund. But it looks like the message she just written, if I heard correctly, I heard as if she said she didn't receive anything. So if that's the case, we need clarity there as to, did she receive money for relief fund, or she didn't receive anything? If she did not receive anything, where does this figure come from? The one that we see in our report. Can we get clarity on that one, please?
Thank you.
The further one, Chairperson, just as a comment, of course. Yes, these fellow brothers and sisters, they are correct when they say it looks like the government can give them, they can be happy if the government can give them sort of a payment holiday. That is correct. We seem to agree with them that indeed they do need a payment holiday if we comment as a committee, and then on that side. But the total, I don't seem, or we don't seem to agree fully, because look, after being given money, you need to show responsibility as well. So if we're gonna go that route, you might end up giving a person some money, then that person doesn't take anything serious, and then because he knows or she knows that she's not gonna pay it back. So maybe also there, the form of a payment holiday can work, but not necessarily write-off. I don't necessarily agree also, because also this fund is supposed to rotate. If you pay back, that money is going, definitely is going to someone else somewhere who had a problem like you before. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Mtenjana. King, do we have any other member?
Yes, Chairs, Honorable Matulelwa and Honorable Kruger.
Okay, Honorable Matulela, over to you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Am I audible on your side?
Yes, I can hear you clearly and I can see you. You're beautiful, my daughter.
Thank you, Mami.
As usual.
Thank you very much. Greetings to honorable members and our guests. Mine is not very much long, but I'm just concerned about our guest that was presenting, who was so nervous to present. I just have a feeling that most of the time I feel comfortable when I speak closer sometimes, but I could see that sometimes people, maybe they thought they must only speak English, but all languages are allowed. You can also use, because we want to hear the things that you are doing, and also the presentation on what you are doing. Yeah, you can't just come and say thank you. I just give that as a advice, so that you must just break that ice and tell us what is happening, because we want also to hear from your challenges that you are facing in your business. Everything, we need to hear everything. I'm referring to the guest that was, I think it was from the media or what, I don't remember, but I'm just referring to that one. Also, what I'm concerned about is, I'm just thinking, because I could see that some of the businesses are doing very well, except the fact that we got this pandemic and everything. And I could see that we, in their businesses, when I combine the number of employees, although others they just have only 2, and some they mentioned that it's a family, something that they are going to clarify here before us. But when I see the thing of the statistics that is basically for the employees from the companies, it's 549. So I'm just concerned about the transfer of skills. I just want maybe if any of the companies that have got a more number of employees. So I just want to hear if is there any skills that are transferred to those employers, because some of the people we wish them to also gain some skills and build their own businesses and benefit the same way the guests that are here with us, the same way they are benefiting from this portfolio, or from the entities of small business or whoever. But we just want to see that thing. I just want all of them to tell us, are there any skills transferred to our to their employees? I thank you very much, Chair. It's not very much long. Thank you.
Thank you, you're progressive, baby. Thank you so much. That was great. But if we can check their profiles, all of them, although this is random sampling, once a company has got 10 people into that particular company, I'm giving an example under Lapuluga Bed and Breakfast, which she's not evenly having one. There are others in the I think it's around Palabora as well as Polokwana, according to her presentation. So in those numbers gives you an answer that something has been done, because issues of bed and breakfast, one must be skilled. Finally, abe a chef, and also thank
your mic, Chair.
Was indeed she was supposed to be the responsibility of the chairperson, but I had fear that not all of us can maybe understand this language, African language, but that advice is commended, my daughter, because that particular person will be speaking to the portfolio committee, not to the guests themselves. But it's a good advice. Maybe you are not happy because you are referring to a young lion as a young lion. Thanks for such comment. But if you can check their profiles, you can see that jobs have been created. Under Cap for Ventures, they've got one skills there. So, but thanks for that concern as a young lion. I will now request Honorable Kruger to say something.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And to our guests, thank you for sharing our experience. Chair, my apologies if this question was already asked. I'm having a very unstable network, so I'm on and off. So that's why I don't put my camera on either. So, Madam Chair, the question I want to ask, and any one of the small businesses can answer me, is how did they experience the application process of the department and CIFA? Do they think there's too much red tape involved, or can they? Do they think that CIFA and the department and its entities can make the application process much easier for everybody to access funding? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. King, do we still have any other honorable members on this platform?
Yes, Chair. Honorable April has raised his hand, and
Okay,
then after him, Nonhlanhla Mthweni has also raised the hand. So maybe after Honorable April.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Honorable April.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think I've been covered a lot by previous honorable members. Firstly, I want to say to the recipients of the grants or the loans that well done, and thank you for honoring us by coming to this meeting. I, as a previous business person, small business owner myself, know that how critical time is for a small business person, because sometimes you are the accountant, you are the manager, you are the worker, you are everything in a small business. So to come and take some time off to come and talk to the portfolio committee is something that is commendable. Also to the department, I'm glad that we can see a diversity over a spectrum of who we are helping, so that the department cannot stand accused as to helping only particular people in particular provinces. This is very healthy and it's really appreciated. Furthermore, one would want to also say that in relation to the good stories that we are hearing, we must know that there are, and next time I would maybe want us to also invite some of the people who were not beneficiaries, so that we can have an understanding for why they were not approved. It is good to hear the good stories, but it's also important that we hear from those who have applied and have not received the funding, the loan or the grant as it would be. However, one wants to commend the department and these entities who has been successful, and would want to say that, yes, let's pay it forward, like Honorable Jacobs has said. And my comment was just in the main to say that let us also look at those who might have applied and have not received funding. Looking forward to a healthy relationship with these beneficiaries, and looking forward to go to the individual businesses sometime to go and actually see on the ground the work that they are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable April. Sis Nonhlanhla.
Yeah, Mama. So I just want to go in on that skills transfers question. In my business, as I said, that I'm doing baking. Baking is vast, and decoration is also vast. I can't do everything alone, and I can't do all alone. So that's why when I employed some of the staff members, I need someone that can do certain part of in baking. I've got Aubrey who's working with me. Aubrey is managing the part of the cakes. So I'm helping him, I'm transferring. Then at the same time, he managed to open his own part of the business using my equipment, but he's doing his own thing. He's got his bank account. He's got almost everything, the support that I'm giving to him. He can also able to apply for his funding maybe in the next round, because he tried, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened. So he didn't get the funding. But with the equipment that I've got, with the space that I'm using, so I managed to help other bakers to come and use my equipment. So I think on that part I'm covered. I'm doing that. So when it comes to the application process, somewhere, somehow, it was difficult for us to upload the documents because it was a lot of documents, but we tried as we are here today. But I think maybe some of us, we had that problem of uploading the process system. It was not easy for us because we must be online, we must be always uploading. What if you don't have those data? What if you don't have, it was not like physically visiting the office. You're speaking to someone over the phone. Sometimes you don't have that airtime, but they tried their best to assist us. So somewhere, somehow, maybe if we can look at the others that are in the rural areas, maybe that's why they couldn't able to apply. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister. You have assisted. You have responded on the issue of skills transfer. I tried that by indicating the number of jobs which are being created by each one of you, not evenly considering the other ones, because this was random sampling, but you were spot on that indeed you are transferring skills, all of you. So thanks for that response. Honorable members, in the absence of any other hands, let me try to sum up everything. King, do we still have any hands?
I think the hands that we have, Chair, is for guests in trying to respond.
Okay, yeah. Can you mention them?
Granny and
yes.
Anne from Northern Cape. Granny and Anne.
Okay, thank you so much. In responding to the honorable who asked how many guest houses do I have, I'm having 3 guest houses. I'm having one in Palawura. My head office is in Tsanin, where I started, and then I've got another one in Polokwane. And in all these branches, I've appointed managers. In Tsanin, I've got 9 employees, 10 including myself. I have 4 youth female. I've got 4 female, they're not youth. And then I've got 1 youth who is doing our maintenance, of the male, who is doing our maintenance job in the properties here in Tsanin. And in Palawura, I've got 4 of them, 3 youth. It's a manager, it's a chef, and then it's housekeeping. And then when we are fully booked, I go to FET to ask if they do not have students, so that they can come and assist. They will be learning in a way. And then in Palawura, because it's not in Polokwane, because it's not opened long time ago, I only have 4 as well. It's 2 youth, and then the laundry, it's a female as well, a bigger person, and then 1 is doing maintenance. And then when we are fully, the apartments are all fully booked, we go to FET to assist us with all those students who will need experience for them to graduate from N5 or N6 or something. So we are transferring skills. I'm here in Tsanin, but I know that Polokwane is operating because I've transferred skills. I am in Tsanin, but I know that Palawura is operating because I transferred skills. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Granny. Thank you so much. Long live Granny, long live. That's empowerment, more especially to the young ones. Northern Cape.
Yes, thank you. I would just like to also reply on the questions that were asked. The one honourable said, questioned how many employees. At this stage, we have 5 permanent employees, and as I mentioned, we make use of temporary staff when needed with certain, extra business coming our way, like bigger conferences and weddings and stuff. We have over the years also a few years already trained quite a lot, and internally with us, we trained quite a lot of young people that we sort of train, and they still coming in to help us when needed. We have all, employed some of them. So yeah, skills has been transferred definitely. We do that. We try to do internal skilling, and as well as get some external, trainees into to put some skills into our people. The one honourable asked about a family business and do I just employ family? No, for sure not. We're not a family business. I'm actually the owner myself, and the rest of my employees is no family to me. It's people that we have trained, that we have appointed, and that we have over the past years really put some skills in them, and we're happy with them, loyal workers, but none of them are any family of me. I think our aim is to see what the new year holds. That's still ahead of us, and we hope that it will be a good year for us. Regarding back to the financing and the holidays and all that type of conversations that was between us now, I would just like to say the reason just for the holiday request for payments is not because of wanting it. We do understand it was a loan that we went into, and the application process, just to mention that, I think one of the honourables asked that. I had a problem now with the arrangement and requesting the payment holiday, but the application itself last year in the COVID time, I couldn't complain. The Kimberley people that we had to go through was very excellent in their job. There was not unnecessary. Yeah, there was quite a lot of stuff that you had to, put into your application, but it's the normal that we used to when you do any application, financially application. So I would not say there was extra red tape or something. The application process last year was done very well. I think it's now more the getting in contact with them again, requesting something like a payment holiday. There I'm struggling a bit with communication. And back to that, I hope if SEFA would see their way forward to give us a little bit of a, I would say, let's call it a payment holiday for a certain period, that will help all of us, because I can just mention, I believe that if I took on a loan, I must know how to pay it back. It's just in this case, it was like you were out of business and it's water underneath the bridge, and you will never catch up on the month that you had no income. So that is just, but you have an extra liability on you. So for that reason, it will take a bit of time to be able to fully pay it back, if that makes any sense to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. King, do we still have any beneficiary who wants to respond?
No,
Are
Chair.
there no more hands? Thank you so much, our beneficiaries, and to honorable members. King, do you have something to say? Because we are doing this for the first time, but the procedural oversight has got its own rules on how are we supposed to conduct ourselves, because we are doing this on behalf of the house. So is there any advice from your good self? I believe SBO is amongst ourselves, so that as the chairperson, when I close, you won't speak any longer.
Just before that, Chair, Honorable Tenjan has just raised his hand.
Okay, Honorable Ntenjana. Do you still have got some? Yes.
Yes, once again, very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, I think there is one question which I was not answered. The one for Asanda from Eastern Cape. Is it Mbezande Trading?
Is the one who did not join us. I think so. She's the one who was kicked out again. But I believe we can communicate with her. That's why I said we have noted your question. King is not true. Is that not true?
So, Chairperson.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm checking whether the participant is with us. If is the one who has been kicked out, my advice will be your question is relevant. We'll communicate with her, and as the portfolio committee will get the response. I'm supporting what you are saying, but my question was, is she not the one who was kicked out from this platform? I was checking with King before you proceed.
Okay, Chairperson.
King?
Yes, Chairperson. It is the one that who indicated that he has joined but also kicked out. But he further sent another chat of saying they didn't.
She did not receive anything.
Yeah, they didn't receive any funding from SIFA.
And again, I think Honorable Mtenjana's question is relevant because in the profile, there are some funds which are reflecting there. So that's why I'm saying we are noting this. You note it as our our officials so that we can.
He's saying is here, Chair. I don't know. Can we give him an opportunity whether we'll be able to speak? Here in the chat is saying is here. Maybe we can give him an opportunity.
Or he's in now.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable Mtenjana, can you ask your question because they're saying he is in. I thought she is in. Can you ask that question while she's in so that she can be able to respond? It's now making our life easier. Over to you, Honorable Mtenjana.
Thank you very much once more, Chairperson. My question to our guest, which is Asanda, is that she wrote a message earlier on indicating that she did not receive any funding. Now the question is, I'm asking our guest if indeed, is it a he or she, if she did receive the funding or not. Can she clarify to us, did she receive the funding or not? Because in our it reflects here in our report that she did receive an amount of, I think it's 51,400. The question is, did she receive the money or not? Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Mtenjana. King, if he's in, can he respond to that question?
Mveli, your mic is on. You can speak.
Can he unmute his mic?
Here it reflects that the mic is on, but we cannot hear you.
Oh. Joe.
It reflects that it's on, but we
can't hear you.
Oh, there she shows himself there.
Okay.
Can you see? It's a him. So I thought it's a she also. Mr.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Maybe it's network problem. Where is?
Mr. Can you hear us?
I think, Mr. King, you can help with the technical issues as Zoom. I think all of us, when we are not used to this, it's a volume, I think so. There is something that says you must press your audio so that you must be audible.
During your dry run, did you manage to get hold of him?
No, Chair. I don't know what could be the technical here because we can see him, but we can't hear him, and his mic is on. Mr.
Okay.
Mveli?
Chairperson?
Joe, yes. Do you agree that I will communicate with him? Our officials will communicate with him. We'll get the response from the beneficiary in due course, so that we don't waste time.
Yes, Chairperson, but I've got another suggestion. Why can't he write down as he wrote before? The question is clear. It's just straightforward question. Did he receive the funds, yes or no? He can write it now in front of this committee while we are listening, all of us here. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
The problem is that we don't know the difficulty he is experiencing. I'm saying the ruling is that we'll communicate this matter in writing to him. I will request our officials to do that, and then we'll get the response, whether he may be able to answer now or not. But the fact remains that we will get the response. I think it's a good question what you have answered, because that's our role, to double check all those issues. To be able to progress, let me request Sbu to say something to guide us. Gumede? Gumede? King?
Yes, Chair.
Is Sbu Sisa with us?
Yes.
Can he speak? Maybe my Jackie.
Sbu? Sbu. Okay.
He is not audible.
Yeah, he's saying he's here, but he doesn't know what's wrong with his audio. He's also experiencing there he is. You can see him from the video, but
okay. Yourself?
Yes. What I can say from Mr. Mveli is responding to say they didn't receive the funds, but also as Bosiso wrote that we'll have to make a follow up on that matter. So in terms of the protocol, Chair, this is an oversight, and then we are going to develop a report, an oversight report, the observations, and whatever the members were discussing, which will be the recommendations. So the observation and the challenges that were raised, and then it will come back to the committee for the consideration and the adoption before it goes to the House.
Thank you. I wanted us to have that, because even here I'm just ruling the way we chair. I can't come up with some recommendation as an individual. The report will come back to us, will bounce back to us again, so that we check it, we adopt it as the portfolio committees, then that is being referred to the House and to the department. And then from there, we'll start tracking where necessity of making some follow-up, it will come out of those recommendations. honorable members. I'm happy we have been able to engage, interact with our guest. Just to point 2-3 things, just to remind ourselves, honorable members. In my overview, I indicated that 14,800 fully completed applications were made, but only which it was abnormal, it was huge because of this COVID-19. But yearly, they used to receive 250 applications for these direct funds. And during this COVID-19, it's 1,497 applications were approved. So I believe as the portfolio committee, and which honorable members used to ask, we'll have to get a sense of those other applications. What is it that happened to them? We can't call them to come and say, I did not receive funds. Ours will be to check with the department what went wrong so that we assist our society. I'm just trying to direct the meeting on that one. Honorable April, you are right, your concern is our concern, but to be able to assist our society will be to do oversight specifically on this one, gamma approvals, through the department as well as in its agencies. So thank you so much. You have said a mouthful. I believe during consideration of the report, we'll still engage as the portfolio committee. But thank you so much. There's been a good day for us. Yes, it is painful. We heard you. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. All those requests which you have made before us, we're taking them as findings and observation. We're going to come up with those recommendations to the department and we'll communicate everything with you. After all, you were doing this on behalf of all the entire small businesses. As I've indicated that this was just random sampling, we will not be able to give audience to all of you because of the current situation we are faced with. But thank God our meeting went well. We are just sorry about our comrade from the Eastern Cape who did not manage to be with us on the platform properly. So in future, we'll advise on how best can we do that, because if in your area there is a problem of network, you must just try another area which you will be able to catch up with network so that you participate fully. But all in all, thank you so much. It has been a very good day. Our meeting has come to an end. Fare you well.
Long live the chair.
Thank you.
Good chair.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Wampumalanga ilaba ti bed and breakfast lele na balipompo.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Liba Northwest, I'm deployed in the Northwest political. Sorry, Tabona Nako. When time to time. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good day.
Because look,
Yeah, corner. Mr. Akon.
Sbu. Kuma agency beguna bani. King.
Bakhona baningi che no chairperson beyakhona.
Sewuphumile. But Martin, are you still there?
Yeah, ngathi sewuphumile che kuno Alroy Dex no Mashele. Bebaningi the most bebekhona che.
Uyenze kahle so that they come and listen. But
Yeah,
it was a good meeting. Really.
Yeah, we have to make a follow up of Mveli.
Yeah.
And then find out. It's a pity that been a problem. Yellow sound. So I don't know what was happening.
King.
Yes, Honorable.
You know what happened?
Immediately moqala ukungena kunalama gadgets akudala kuba khona something ethi you choose before ungene, before you are accepted.
Choose the audio sound.
You join with audio on or off, with your video on or off in the process before you go to Zoom. Then if you didn't choose that, audio must be on. You can't be audible. You can try your best. You must start afresh and do and follow those procedures.
Yeah, okay. So bekumele enze njalo yena.
Yes, bokumele alokhuze avume before eya kwi-process nje engena ku-meeting kuba khona something kwamanye ama-gadgets. Kula wethu maso acceptiwe ivela lapho ukuthi ufuna ukuba audible or what, then you choose audible. But kwamanye before you are being accepted kumele wena usho ukuthi ufuna ibe ivuleke i-video yakho and audio ivuleke yini. If uchuzanga lapho ngeke uzokhulume, ngeke uzuzwakala enhloko.
Umthenjana sewuhambile.
Ansifamba ma.
Hayi. N'wana wa mina na cancer wa yi tiva business n'wananga. Lera ku munhu i ta tala sa fika hi byela ku i kombela va write off. Musi disaster leyi. Se mpela nje phela mali leyi ya ti-bank leti. Ti-bank na to ti na milawu ya tona. Vo lava economy level yi collapse vanhu lava. U vulavule kahle ngopfu n'wananga. Thank you so much.
No, leswiya swa right off swi nge tirhi. Otherwise a ni ri ka ha ri na vanhu van'wana va nga ri le layinini na vo lava lavaka mali.
Hayi yi be kahle n'wananga, yi be kahle swinene.
No, I can see the chairperson.
And that's why
I tirhe njhani ntirho wa le kaya?
I tirhe kahle ngopfu a swo vava n'wananga. What do I fight if I tell ku
ina xirilo actually as vatukulu va gwambena bya vanhu a hi swona leswi hayi kasi tinxaka letin'wana tona nga ku ti recognize wa ku tlula hina.
Loko a wu ri koho n'wananga a wu ta va u ndzi twile khale ni holova na vona va muzalo wa mina leri i kinga yi suke yi va na vona ni wambona mafanga yizonga lowa la Dar Slope. Loko na ye a ta na mehe xigqoko lexiya xi fanele xi ta ka me wa swi twa lava va ri va ta vulavula hi wili ya voko successa i mani na kwalani swi vurile hi me loyi a ni yimele ANC ni va byela ni ku n'we va ngoni tshikani ma ha ri leyi mi nga na yo timhaka ta vuhosi ti clear. Loko ni endla junior degree ya mina ni mejara hi anthropology me lineage yi clear sweswo kwala ka Mthenjana a wu nge bayizi kumbe ndi wa yindlu leyikulu kumbe ndi wa yindlu leyitsongo swi tiva hi n'we va family se lani South Africa la sweswi a ku va hi tumbuluxa sweswi ma contralesa na yinini u kuma se va nghenelela ngopfu na swilo swa ti-inner family leswi swi nga va laveki va lwisa vanhu but it's clear yi clear mhaka leswi swinyana yo sala ku ri ya hi presenter ka president. Unfortunately ya nga sungula hi 2005 is no more mara swi ta sala swi qhuveka na mina I'm worried as you are worried n'wananga ku hi languteriwa hansi rixaka leriwa but swi ta lunga ta samiseka
loko lava hi lunghisa
swi ta lunga
a swi tiva kahle kahle vuhosi bya Machangana swi tiva swa ku byi le kwini lava i vatukulu va Nghunghunyana lava ku Nghunghunya abafazi
ni madoda loyiwani is a direct descendant as yi lava rhula a yi lavi rhula. I agree with you kokwalani and I support 100%.
No ya inkomo
Miss Mathulela uyayizwa le language.
Miyekele. Angisho uyasiphemita ukuthi sikhulume ngelanguage lesizwayo sivisisayo.
Mina ngine-privilege kakhulu wena Braking. Phela thina ematatela ayikho ilanguage esingayizwa.
Okay. Ngibona uthule ngazuthi umangele
ngiyapha ngikhulumela kamnandi kodwa ngiyayithanda.
Braking. Braking.
Mr. Mthenjana.
Thina ngapha ebush mfowethu blessed sikhuluma yonke inhlobo language. Ukhuluma isiZulu siyakuzwa, ukhuluma isiVenda hamba chivenda ngamanda. Ukhuluma
ngizwela ufight ubabalo ngazuthi ugibela isitimela esirong akeze ubhekile nje
Akushoda bangifundise boche kumele ngifundise ukuyikhuluma ke ngoba ukuzwa ngiyezwa.
Uthi uba mnanzi nje ukuthi net akeva uba
no stopfundzisa.
Braking semina ngiyabaleka Braking. I want to prepare for the sitting.
Yeah, the sitting ngo-3.
Thank you so much, my son.
Kambe kahle chene isikhathi sibambekile uyabona there's still
thank you so much, my staff. Thank you so much to all of you. You are brilliant. I'm blessed to have you in my life. Thank you so much.
Just saw some gaps which we will have to improve on. Yeah, the only thing and which is very important and we try run kuzobona ukuthi ngoba sigcine singasakhonanga ukuyenza because isikhathi abathunyelelwe ngayo idata.
Ngibonela uvusise kadidizela lwaseGauteng ngathi uyacala kungena kuZoom. Musi-Zoom iyafana bayibizane le yokufona bathi bayibizane uyafona ku WhatsApp video call. It's just the same. Just the same. But what Honorable Babalo is saying on the issue of training them that you press there to be audible. She's right. Myself, I'm using a gadget. I'm not using a laptop. So it is there when you start with your meeting. Before you can press there, you won't be audible. So, but ngibona ngathi ama oversight la sesiwayenza kakhulu King kuyasebenzeka ukubona.
Yes,
so we need to schedule them as many as possible, as long as sizoba nama sponsors ukunikeza nama data. It's workable.
Yeah, no, it's workable. Isa, what's your comment?
It saves time.
Braking.
What's your comment?
Hi, Braking. I'm happy it happened.
Postmortem.
And
in the postmortem.
She's brilliant. We've got a best researcher in the department. Thank you so much, Ngabi. And you are spot on, my daughter. You see, I called you. I SMS you around 5, if not past 4. When I have got a task, I don't sleep because I want perfect things. Yes.
Yeah.
I was going through those profiles, and then I discovered that they are not clear. I had to go and print them. Then, but in the print, they were quite clear. But you are doing a wonderful job, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to do this job. And I also think it went well, especially for the first one. I know we didn't do it by run, but for the first online oversight, it went well.
And you see, we can do as many as possible, my daughter. Just try to do your research. We can do as many as possible, and it will save a lot of money, because if we're not traveling, we're not booking hotels, and it will also save time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So well done, especially to Mr. Dodo.
Ngiyabonga Dodo. Instead of bringing sandwiches, now we are bringing progress.
Thank you, sir.
Language, my son.
Thank you so much.
Bye, King. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Sure, sure.
Johnson.
Yes, but.
Sure. Sabulela manat, sabulela kuni man.
Kambe kahle kakhulu man.
No xa benga sibulela kuni thina ngokuncedisana nini bengasibandleni ababe ndodwa. Ibe nini
basupportileyo abantu uyabona ukuthi kuyenzeka.
Bensoyika man.
Enwabisa.
Hayi.
Siyenza kanjani lento yokoyika? Sidila njani ngayo?
Siyayithandazela. Gama lika Yesu. Moya wokoyika.
Ayifuni ukuthandaza le. Ayifuni ukuthandaza, ufuna ukunika umuntu yenza lokhu.
Uvile pha izolo bekufuneka ndiphinde the same thing 3 times.
Uthi intombi.
No, but I don't want to be nervous somehow. And I'm want the demand so too kakho. Davuka kusasa ndatry bakhangela abantu bam bakumeka uthini. Ndasokola zasi aba be network. Babengena
Ludik makade akayitholanga. Benze njani leya Ludik nakade akayitholanga?
Ubani?
Lo ngikuthumelela i-email kuye.
Hayi bezingazithunyelwa ngelaxesha because bebesayi ofisini but bazithumele zonke ngexesha linye immediately bandithumela zithunyelwe phango kwenemsingo 9:15. Kuba besithi behleze bazifuna uzisebenzisa mhlambe yabo before funeka zisebenzele SAS for this purpose.
Aw. Okay, so most kusho ukuthi ngoba abanye bangene ngabo 29 most kusho ukuthi bebese.
Yeah, no MTN no Cell C basimene in advance bona kwayizona. But uVodacom uVodacom bakunika fike bafumane exactly xa kusonde ixesha
I don't know what's happening ngoba kusho ukuthi vele wenzele ngoba solo ukhona la. Lo mvesanda.
Akafumaneki. Akayibambi ifoni nje.
Kusho ukuthi usebenza angazi kwenzekani.
I think abanye bacinga fanele bayiswitche off kodwa bayiswitchanga off.
No, I think lento besho ngibabala. Ifoni yakubuza ngithi.
Ewe, bajonga noJinini usekhona. Ubani broadcast PC.
I think was a parliament.
Okay.
So
are we still on nje basincokola nje? Are we still?
Yeah, basibona bona. But I've stopped recording that.
Are they still broadcasting one?
Huh?
Are they still broadcasting? Is this still on air?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Though, I mean, at some time, I think we need to discuss with them to find out. We should have an interaction. But oh, Tina so and that look, we was aware. No, we'll talk off air. Let's take off. I'm ending the meeting.
Sure.
Dodo.
Etonsi. Makubekuhle Etonsi.
No. Ufonele umzame futhi. Ufonele lo muntu asesiqedile umzame futhi.
Umvelase.
Umvesande.
Umvesande I mean yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Okay.
So did ubulando anga contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Or so.